The Phillies reached the halfway point of the regular season as they open up a four-game homestand against the Miami Marlins. Welcome in to the Phillies Fan Podcast here on Big Fan Sports. I'm your host, Jaden Harper. And before we get into the Game 81 and Game 1 of the series breakdown, I did want to make sure I say it again that I will be live tonight when the Phillies take on the Marlins at 6:20 Eastern Time. So make sure to stay and tune in for that. It's going to be a good while. I'll be live for the entirety of the game doing play-by-play and analysis. So make sure to tune in for that. The Phillies come in off of three series wins in a row, including yesterday clinching a series in Detroit, Sunday clinching a series against Arizona, and clinching a series against San Diego last week. So it's three in a row that they've won, and they are getting hot. They are playing like everybody expects them to play, and at a level everybody expects them to play. They have the best record in baseball still, 53-27 through their first 80. It's the second best record in franchise history through 80 games. So the Phillies have been rolling so far this season, and big part is to Zack Wheeler. This season, Wheeler has the fourth best ERA in the National League, the 11th best in all of baseball, 2.73 ERA, in 99 innings, 107 strikeouts, and a 9-4 record through 16 starts. In his career against Miami, he's done well against them. 2.76 ERA, 156 strikeouts in 23 games, including one earlier this year. The Phillies did lose that game, but it wasn't due to Zack Wheeler's performance. So far this June, Wheeler's 3-1 for 3.91 ERA, 22 strikeouts in 4 games, but he did give up 8 runs against Baltimore. That was his lone loss of the month. It was a career high for Wheeler. The Phillies have won 6 consecutive Zack Wheeler starts at home, and they look to make it 7 tonight against Miami. Trevor Rogers is on the mound for the Marlins. The former All-Star and second in Rookie of the Year voting in 2021 has a near 7 ERA against the Phillies in his career, including earlier this year where he struggled against Philadelphia. It is this season he has a 4.90 ERA in 15 games, a 1-8 record, 75 innings thrown, 60 strikeouts. One of the very few pieces who are still healthy for this very banged up Miami team so far this season. They have been banged up on the pitching front and on the hitting front, and they also traded Luis Arias away. So this Miami team is way below what people expected them to be. So far this season, they're 28-52 after winning 84 games last year and making the wild card this year. They would be lucky if they get to 70 wins. So Trevor Rogers has been a bright spot for Miami in a very dark season for the Marlins so far. A little bit of bad news for the Phillies coming in today. After yesterday's win against Detroit, Spencer Turnbull will be placed on the injured list for 15 days. But Rob Thompson did come out and say it could be more 6 to 8 weeks for Turnbull. It's a right lat strain. He left yesterday's start after the third inning. What the Phillies said was right shoulder soreness, but it ends up being a right lat strain. So he goes down on the injured list. Back-to-back pitchers going down for the Phillies. First was Taijuan Walker, now Spencer Turnbull. The Phillies will be recalling Yunior Marte from AAA Lehigh Valley, big bullpen piece for them, especially considering all 6 relievers were used yesterday against Detroit. So Marte is back up with the Major League club in 13 games this season. He has a 2.70 ERA, and he was in AAA due to injury. Now he's back up with the Major League Ball Club, and it's expected that Michael Mercado will take over in Turnbull's spot in the rotation, even though he might not have to. They can skip the 5th spot on Tuesday. Obviously, it'd be regular rest for Zack Wheeler and everyone else in the pitching rotation. The next time the 5th spot is necessary is Saturday, July 5th, when they take on the Atlanta Braves. So that will probably be either Mercado or it could be a starter from down in AAA. ESPN gives the Phillies an 80% chance to win tonight, one of their highest totals of the regular season, against a team that has struggled all year in Miami. So it's not surprising that the Phillies have one of the highest totals in all of baseball so far on winning percentage this season. They are 25 games above the Marlins in the NL East. So the Phillies will probably cruise to victory tonight. Again, I will be live during this game at 6:20 Eastern Time, 6:20, not 6:40 like the Phillies usually start, at 6:20 Eastern Time on YouTube. Big Fan Sports right here on this page at 6:20 Eastern Time when the Phillies take on the Marlins. Thank you for watching episode 9 of the Phillies Fan Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.